Sunderland's presence in the Premier League transfer market in 2026 is beginning to feel very different from the cautious rebuild that followed promotion. After a solid campaign under Régis Lebris, the club are no longer limiting themselves to scouting young prospects or developmental talents. The ambition around the Stadium of Light has clearly shifted. Kyril Louis-Dreyfus and the recruitment team now appear willing to enter conversations, usually dominated by clubs chasing European football. That change in mentality is already being tested in a major way this summer, because Sunderland have found themselves on a direct collision course with West Ham United for one of the most sought-after attacking names currently available in Europe. Internally, it signals something even bigger. Sunderland may be prepared to bend or even break their current wage structure if it means taking the next step towards competing at the top end of the Premier League table. The reason this battle is intensifying lies partly in London. West Ham's striker situation has quietly become a concern, despite the club recently extending Callum Wilson's contract until 2027. The veteran forward is now 34 and has not scored for nearly 2 months, with his last goal coming back in January against Tottenham. Meanwhile, Tati Castellanos has shown flashes of energy and work rate, but has managed only 2 goals in 10 Premier League appearances. Manager Nuno Espirito Santo has publicly backed the Argentine, praising his adaptation and attitude. But behind the scenes, the club know the numbers simply are not where they need to be. That frustration has pushed West Ham into the market for a more proven goalscorer. According to reports from Italy, they are now closely monitoring developments in Turin, where Juventus appear willing to listen to offers for a high-profile attacking asset who has yet to fully explode in Serie A. Jonathan David. The 26-year-old Canadian international has built one of the most impressive scoring records of his generation, first making his name in Belgium with Gent, before becoming a consistent goalscorer in France with Lille. Across 178 League One appearances, he produced 104 goal involvements, a return many scouts and analysts described as remarkable for a striker operating outside Europe's traditional giants. His performances eventually earned him a move to Juventus. Although his start in Italy has been more measured, he has still contributed 9 goal involvements in 28 Serie A matches and scored twice in the Champions League this season. Those flashes remind clubs exactly why he became one of the most sought-after forwards on the continent. The complication, however, is financial. David currently earns around £185,000 per week, a salary level that sits well above Sunderland's existing wage structure. Yet, despite that obstacle, Sunderland have already opened preliminary discussions, placing themselves among the clubs monitoring the situation alongside West Ham, Tottenham Hotspur and Nottingham Forest. From a tactical perspective, the fit is fascinating. Régis Lebris has built Sunderland's system around intensity, coordinated pressing and rapid transitions through the front line. David's profile aligns extremely well with that philosophy. He is not simply a penalty box finisher, but a striker capable of pressing defenders, drifting into wide channels and linking play at speed. In theory, he could become the focal point of Sunderland's attacking press, turning turnovers into immediate scoring opportunities. The risk, of course, lies in financial escalation. If West Ham push aggressively, the deal could quickly turn into a bidding war that stretches Sunderland's wage structure and long-term planning. There is also the classic danger in the transfer market that Sunderland's early interest could simply be used to drive the price higher. However, if the move were to happen, the impact would be enormous. Signing a Champions League goalscorer in his prime would instantly become the most high-profile acquisition of the Louis-Dreyfus era and would send a powerful message within the dressing room about the club's ambitions. So the question now goes directly to Sunderland supporters following this story. Is Jonathan David the striker capable of pushing this team towards European competition? Or is committing to a £185,000 per week salary simply too great a risk for where the club currently stands financially? And if this truly becomes a head-to-head battle with West Ham, do you believe Sunderland could actually win it? So the question now goes directly to Sunderland supporters following this story. Is Jonathan David the striker capable of pushing this team towards European competition? Or is committing to a £185,000 per week salary simply too great a risk for where the club currently stands financially? And if this truly becomes a head-to-head battle with West Ham, do you believe Sunderland could actually win it?